Hey, what's up, guys? Mike here, owns Pressure Washing, and today was a good day. Just had a quick, easy paver seal job, but it was a small driveway, and yesterday it was raining and stuff, so I couldn't really do it yesterday. But I was able to completely clean it, prep it, sand it, and then today. It was bone dry. Sand was all nice and compacted in. Literally just took my blower, blew that. I didn't even need that, but I did it anyway just to be safe. Laid the sealer down. Beautiful. But anyway, I want to check in with you guys. I got the you obviously see the new logo and stuff like that, and that was something I've been trying to do for a little while, and it was because I wanted to keep, what was going on was I was having a lot of customers checking out my YouTube, which is fine. I didn't mind it, but I want to keep it separated, you know what I mean? I want to, sometimes, things that happen in the business, you want to, I don't know, you want to keep it separated. I don't know if you guys can relate, but I don't know, just how I was trying to do. And then with these interviews and stuff like that, I'm just totally, I'm obsessed with the whole entrepreneur thing. I think it's like when you talk to people that are entrepreneurs, and maybe not all washers are, but most are, and there's something inside of us that not everybody has. So it's kind of a nice thing to relate to other people, and that's what I'm trying to get across. But yeah, so the Facebook group's good. It's live, ready to roll. And yeah, so go over there, check it out. Entrepreneur Army on Facebook. We got the channel. We're going to be having more guests come on. I talked to a bunch of guys that are down to do it. Some big names, so that should be cool. And I just want to touch on, what it is that woke the spirit up inside of you that you don't want to work for people anymore. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Yeah, man, like I said, I just had a small paver sealing job today. I didn't even need the trailer, so I'm rolling around without a trailer, which I love. If you know what I'm talking about, people that drive trailers all the time, it's nice to have that thing disconnected. And I went and just picked up some my EDDM from a local print shop. They did a great job at the well, I guess that would be the front, and then I got the back. This is the same postcard I had. I changed it up a little bit. Got the bubbles, like my truck. I upgraded that, put some big services, paver sealing and roof cleaning, and these are actually my pictures. So I'm gonna do a huge campaign. I ordered 20,000 EDDMs, and yeah. So I spent about, it was over $1,000. Right? How much was that? Anyway, yeah, it was about. Hold on, someone's calling. Let me put that to the side. I don't know if you guys hear that or not. So yeah, so we are ready to roll out a huge campaign, spending a good amount of money, and hopefully we get some good turnover. But you don't know unless you try, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do the EDDM, and then we'll be good to go. Oh, also, I wanted to show you guys this stuff that I got that's pretty cool. I got it on Amazon. There's a company I'm looking into right now that they make these rolls of caution tape, and it says Owens Pressure Washing on it. It's got my number, and then it says paver sealing. So I put it on for my you know, my paver sealing jobs to keep people off the driveway for a couple days. But yeah, it's on Amazon. But I'm looking into this other company. I can't think of the name right now. If you're interested, I'll probably put it in the comments or whatever. But you can get it customized with your logo and stuff. This is just the lettering, Owens Pressure Washing, and then it's got my number and then paver sealing. So yeah, a lot of good things happening, guys. Hope everybody's out there staying busy. Yesterday I had to eat a little over $300 off somebody. I don't know, it was either me or my worker. I'm not saying we definitely did it, but we were kind of stuck in a predicament where I just wanted to, I don't know, I could have argued it, but what happened was someone's gutter got knocked loose and I went to go fix it, and then so we're just gonna have to get a little section put on, and the guy has a company gonna come fix it. It's only $100, but I mean, I could have argued it, but just in that certain situation, I didn't want to argue it, so I had to take the loss, but whatever. But yeah, I'm excited about the EDDM. So many of these flyers, it's crazy. So yeah, I'm trying to think if I got that right. Yeah, 20,000 of them. Yeah, and it was a little over $1,000, which I think is pretty good. I think that comes out to like 20-something cents. But what's new with you guys? If you're watching, give this video a like, guys. And if you ain't subscribed, subscribe. I know a lot of you guys, 65% of you are out there lurking, and watching without subscribing. You want to have your cake and eat it too. That's all right. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you're watching, like the video, give it a subscribe. What's going on with you guys? Let me see what's going on. You do 8x20? What, your cards? Yeah, mine are 9.5 by 6.5. And I was a little confused about the EDDM, like direct mail, the requirements and things like that. But I got it locked in. It's gotta be at least 6.5 inches long. Or at least 9. Yeah, no, it's gotta be at least 9 inches. I forget already. But if you look it up on the postal website, it'll tell you and give you examples and stuff like that. With the indicia, I think you call it, or I don't know. I'm butchering it. Either way, that's why I'm having the post office do it, and then I was able to get it a good deal from my local company. So I think it was 25,000, or yeah, 25,000 for 1,000, something like that. But anyway, I got it right here. These are just some of them. I had to put some in the pickup. I had to put 4 boxes in the pickup back there. So we're locked and loaded. We're gonna do some campaigning. I'm gonna go on, pick out my territories. What I'm gonna do is go to like my best tickets, go through my CRM, find out my best tickets from last year and the year before and this year. And I'm going to try and lock those neighborhoods down and just send out flyers, you know what I mean? And then next time I'll send this out. There's really no special or anything on this, but next batch I get, I might have like maybe get a coupon inserted. I was going to do that, but like I didn't know what kind of deals to put, you know? When you're ordering so many of something, you kind of like, do I want to put a deal? You know, I thought about all kinds of stuff, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys are doing EDDM. Maybe I'll make a video on how I'm charting out my, how I'm actually doing it. You could actually look on YouTube and find stuff, but maybe I'll make a video. Just a more, maybe not so much, well, in detail, but I guess just hitting on the important factors, because at the end of the day, it don't matter where you get your flyers from, as long as you're happy with them and you think they're going to draw the customer's attention. And basically what you're doing is you're getting your brand in front of people. Even if they don't hire you, your brand is going to be in their brain for when they know somebody, or later on down the line, or the company they're using messes something up, or, you know. And that's why, like, I don't know, like I took that loss because yesterday, because I don't want to lose customers, you know. Sometimes you can take a bad situation and make it really good. And as long as you don't like I learned a while ago, when bad stuff happens, just don't freak out. You know, you gotta just breathe, because if you show like anxiety and you're stressed out when somebody points something out, like a broken gutter or whatever it may be, I don't know, it just makes it worse. So if you act cool, calm, and collected, and you kind of just take the emotions out of it, and, you know, just be okay. Hey, you got to take a little bit of a loss or whatever, but at the end of the day, that customer is gonna, you know, be like, wow, they did the right thing. So, because that's probably the customer's biggest fear, is something going wrong, and then whoever's working on their house disappearing or whatever. So that's, you know, that's a listen, I know there's a lot of crooked people out there, so that's an understandable concern. So by doing the right thing, even though you don't have to, or it's not really your fault, or sometimes doing the right thing goes a lot further, if you know what I'm saying. So, but yeah, I'm excited about that. EDDM, baby. Gonna get out there. And I'm not, you know, I'm spending a lot of money on this, especially because you got to pay the post office to do it. So this is more of a branding. It's a branding investment. That's how I look at it. You know, if I don't know, maybe like 50 people, I don't know, 10 people out of 20,000, I get jobs out of that. You know, it's definitely, you know, probably like 5 times the return of investment. So, and then not only that, maybe like you're gonna have 5,000 of those people put this on their fridge and they see it every day. So we'll see what happens. I'll let you know. But I think it's a smart, you know, I don't think it's something you should do right away when you first get started. I think you should get flyers made like the ones I had made. I don't think I have any right here. Actually, yeah. These are the ones I had made last time. They're smaller, so they worked as like a business card, and then I rolled them up, stick them indoors. If you're just starting out, that's probably the way to go. But once you're starting to have more work than you do time, then you got to go to EDDM route. Like, this is not something you want to do when you're just starting out. I would wait. I mean, if you have the capital, go ahead, do it. I'm not saying, but for me, the way I did it was, I was part-time for like 2 years. So this, I got by on this, putting these in door handles, handing them out as business cards after a job, handing the, 10 of these. These were, dude, I think I got 5,000 of these for $100. So that's how I did it. Use these as business cards and handed them out, and then now I'm going to do the EDDM just because now I'm booked out, like a week or two, and that's just not crazy booked out, but that's because I'm very picky on who I do work for, really. Well, my prices are a little higher. I'm a little more of a, I consider myself an elite cleaning service because I'm there, I'm making sure all the nooks and crannies are clean, and it's just where I'm at in my business. I'd rather do great work for more than mediocre work. And I don't know, I ain't about that. So I'd rather charge more and not get customers that don't want to pay that elite price. And then they could just hire somebody for half the price or whatever and do, not as good work. So that's, that all depends on what, all the customers are different. You could have, 5 customers on, 5 people on the same block living in the same exact kind of modeled house. The same contractor built all 5 of these houses, and you got 5 families, and they all obviously make good money. It's in a wealthy neighborhood. You can give the same exact quote for the same exact service to every single one of those people, and you're going to get somebody that is like, whoa, that's way too much money. You're going to get somebody that says, whoa, that's all you're charging. And then you're going to get somebody that says, I don't know. It's just, everybody's going to be different. So that's how you got to look at it. You can't just, because one customer turns down your quote and says you're too high, don't take that to heart. Now, if you're not closing anything and you're below like 10 or 20% closing rate, yeah, you got to maybe lower your price. But I'm thinking, from what I understand and from the research I do, you want to stay around like 40%, and then obviously 50%, 60%. I think if you start closing more than that, if you're closing like 80, 90%, your prices are too low. So, and this is just stuff that, it just, if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. So, what's going on with you guys? Hey, what's up, Ace? The topic, man, no topic. I was just talking about the Facebook page we got up now. And then I had these flyers made for EDDM. They're monsters. So this is the first one I had, and then this is the EDDM. So, good quality. But yeah, if you guys want it, we have a bunch of people. We have over 200 people in the group, and I know there's all kinds of groups out there. And I just want to, I don't know, just want to be able to help people outside of like, what type of washer to get. I think there's a lot more that goes into this business as far as on the technical end. Like your admin end, like, CRMs and SEO and all that kind of stuff it's important. And then not only that, like you can learn a lot from, like a painting company. If you know somebody that runs a very successful painting company but still is a small business, it's like, obviously that person knows what it takes to run a successful business. And although it's not pressure washing or roof cleaning or soft washing, it's still, you can still benefit from that. So I guess that's what I'm trying to touch on. I'm trying to just get into that entrepreneur spirit. Like, there's so many ways, and I think it can change your life for the better. My life was pretty non-existent 6-7 years ago, and I always had that in my heart, though, that I knew that I wanted to start something up, and I did, and I want to perfect it. So, and then I meet people just like you guys, and then on Facebook and in those groups that are built the same exact way, where you're researching and wanting to learn and wanting to be the best. So it's kind of neat, and I think interesting when you meet up with other people that are like-minded. What's up, Andrew? I do 8x20. What do you mean 8x20? Hey, thanks, Tony. I appreciate that. That's funny, country. sick of working for people, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's necessary. You know, obviously, you got to have a job to feed yourself or your family, but I don't know, when I had my job and I started this part-time, I was doing more work, obviously, because on my days off I was washing, but it gave me this peace knowing that I was building something. So I wasn't just going paycheck to paycheck, going, oh, I wish I had more money, and you go ask for raises at work and they pretty much laugh at you, or what, give you a quarter, 25-cent raise. It's a joke, man. You bleed your heart out at these companies and they don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So just frustrating. And then when you sit there and you know you want to do something and you got to bet you could do better for yourself, and it just got to be a better way, and yada yada yada. But if you don't take that step, it's never going to happen. So once I took that step and started, building a brand and getting crappy equipment and tugging it in the back of my truck and getting a job here and there and waking up super early before work and going to do an estimate, or on my days off killing myself trying to get jobs done and call people back and dealing with regular work stuff. And it's like, it sounds crazy, and looking back on it, it was a little crazy, but in that time I was so at peace because I knew I was building something for myself that I could fall back on and eventually just say screw you to the other company. I mean, I left on good terms, but at the end of the day, man, if a company is not valuing your work, which I guess it's impossible, I don't know, for big companies to value every single employee. But man, and you see people not doing jack, and it's just all political, and people making good money for doing nothing, and you're working 10 times as hard and you're making 10 times less, and it's just it's frustrating. So that's that fire that ignites with the inner stuff you got going on, that you want to start a business. So there's a lot that goes into it. But anyway, guys, I just want to check in. Go check out that Facebook group, Entrepreneur Army. There's lots of guys on there that are willing to help out. It's fairly new, only 200 and some people in there, but I'm gonna get some moderators in there, and just try to make it a good group, where people can learn outside of just washing, and the mentality of an entrepreneur, and how to better yourself and treat customers, and just build a business, whether it be very large or one truck or 20 trucks, or no matter what it is. It's good for people to meet together and bring each other up. None of this, I don't want like that pissing contest stuff. That's all I don't want. I don't want people thinking they're better, because no one is better. And then also people like to try and compare themselves to other people, and you just can't do that. Everybody's got their own journey and whatever. So I think it's cool to have a spot where everybody can pull each other up. And I don't know, thought it'd be a cool, good idea. Alright, I'm gonna see what else is going on. No one's really chatting. If you're watching, give it a like, guys. I'm gonna sign off. If you're interested in the EDDM, I don't know what I did with my flyer, but anyway, here's one. If you're interested in EDDM and how it works, I'll make a video on how you go online and do what you got to do to get that rolling. But yeah, EDM, you got to have a bigger card. So I'm gonna show you how I can get that all together, and what you got to do on the post office website and everything like that. So if you're interested, comment below you're interested in that video. I'll probably make one in the next couple days or whatever. But hope everybody's out there doing good, man. And remember, don't give up, because I don't know, think about if you started this a year ago and you're not happy and you're not where you want to be, think about where you were a year ago. So there's always progress, and every day ain't going to be good. There's going to be crappy days where you got to come out of pocket and fix a gutter like I had to do yesterday. I mean, just stuff's going to happen. Just don't let it beat you up to the point where you want to quit. And if you're working another job, just start putting money away and building a brand, and start trying to book yourself out at least a week or two or whatever. Some people might say months, but I don't think it's quite necessary. If you put enough money away and you got everything pretty fine-tuned, and you got that desire in your heart that you want to go full-time, you just got to make the leap. You'll know. It'll be in your gut. But anyway, guys, I'm going to roll out. Hope everybody what's up, James? Oh, I have a company local to me that I go to. They do good work. They design it exactly how you want it. They have some samples that they go off of, but you can, fine tune it however you want. If you got good before and after pictures, they're able to put them in there pretty good quality. But I also get stuff off of Team Wash Life, so they have good stuff on there too you can check out. I just, because I was getting so many, I just thought it was better for me to be able to go pick them up and work with the designer one-on-one and get it to, exactly how I want it. You know what I mean? So, just wanted to make sure they were perfect before I bought so many, if you know what I'm saying. When you're spending, close to $1,000 on flyers, which I know is nothing to some people, but I just wanted to make sure they were perfect, and that's what I did. And then I was able to just go pick them all up, and I can go bundle. Now I'm going to go home. I got to take care of a few things real quick, but then at some point tonight I'm going to go home, go on the post office website, bundle them up, pick my routes, because mind you, I got 20-some thousand flyers. So you figure a development that has like 300-400 houses in them, there's a lot I can do. It's gonna get a little pricey, but that's okay. I'm just at the point, like I was talking earlier, if you're just coming on, there comes a point in your business where, when you start, you obviously don't have all the time in the world. I mean, that's all you have is time. So I don't recommend your first year, unless you have the capital, running around dumping money in the EDDM. So what I did was I bought a flyer that was smaller, like this, and that's what I did my own EDDM. I was running around like a lunatic, or having, like my girl's little brother, or just or his friends. I was once in a while paying them, or most of the time it was just while I was working, sticking these indoors, or on days off. But anyway, where I'm getting at is I'm at a point in my business where I have less time than I do money, and I decided I'm gonna buckle down and invest in a campaign. And so then I got a bigger card, cost more money. I got a lot of them, 20-some thousand, and then it also costs money to put it in the post office and have them deliver it. So it's just where I'm at in my business. So you decide whether you have more time or more money. So that's how you figure that one out. I'm all in EDDM. Hold on one second. I'm stopping here real quick, and then I'll check out your comment. There's a couple there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is not something you want to do right away unless you have the capital. I mean, if you say you came across money and you want to start a business that way, and you're I think it's a good way to market your business, especially locally. Get your brand and what you do and who you are in front of people, and then you know, it's just a good way to start out if you have the money. But handing them out by yourself is also good. So that's just up to you and where you're at. Let's see what these people are saying. Ace, you're doing some EDDM? Have you done it before? Have you done it before, Ace? Yeah, I never done clip flyers, Rusty. I don't know, I just never done it. I've done a lot of rolling these up, these little ones, rolling them up, and I've done a lot of sticking them in door handles and whatnot, but never done the actual clip flyers. I've actually done Ziploc bags with rocks when I first started. Pretty crazy, right? But yeah, so I know some big hitters like Bobby Walker and Patrick, what's his name? Patrick Clark do the clip flyers. And I see a lot of people doing it, and it actually makes a lot of sense. But I'm just at the point where I'd rather just, I don't know. Some people are funny with that. You can get some bad reviews from that, and I'm not saying not to do it, but I just chose not to. I'd rather pay the post office to put them out. Rusty, how many were you throwing out at a time? Was it like, were you able to do, how many a day would you say? I just think, I don't know, for where I am, I don't like the idea of like folding cards and throwing them on driveways. I just don't want to piss people off. I'd probably get annoyed if there was a lot of flyers on my driveway. But don't get me wrong, people do it and it works. Like obviously Patrick Clark's company's humongous, so obviously he's doing something right. So I'm not knocking it, I've just never done it. But I've done the Ziploc bag and rocks, and I remember getting well, yeah, whatever works is right. But I remember getting calls about what do you call it? Putting the I used to buy Ziploc bags and then buy like those landscaping rocks to weigh it down, just. And I remember getting calls about that, saying like, "Oh, don't you dare do that again," or what. People are just kind of miserable. And it all depends on how their day's going too. Some people could have the nicest person in the world could have a bad day and come home to that. One thing I would never do though is you ever go to the mall and people stick flyers underneath your windshield wipers? That's kind of annoying. That's definitely annoying. All right, Ace, yeah, man, I'll make a video on how you gotta go print out you gotta go on the post office, print out paperwork, bundle them all up in a certain order. You gotta do bundles of 100. And then put the slips in and then bring them into the post office that way. So I'll figure out how to make a video on showing you guys how to do that. But anyway, I gotta get rolling. I gotta meet up with this guy. I'm actually it's cool. I met this guy who's got connections with all these restaurants down here, and those placemats that are at the table when you sit down and eat, like at mostly diners. And they have like businesses all over. It'll have like, I don't know, maybe 10 businesses on it's a piece of paper. It's just a placemat at every chair, at every table. So I was able to work a deal out with him, and now I'm getting in all these restaurants where I'll be, when people sit down to eat, they'll see, something similar to this, but, like maybe about a little bigger than a business card on a placemat. So, it's just got to get in front of people. That's branding, baby. That's how you do it. True that, Rusty. That's smart. Make it seem like it's money laying on the ground. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get rolling. I'll put a little video on. I'll go into the important how you do this and that when it comes to EDDM. But anyway, if you're starting out, guys, get yourself a smaller. This is 6x4. You can hand them out as cards. Customer, when you're done, ask for a card. Give them like 5 to 10 of them. Then you can roll them up, stick them in door handles. The homes. Some mailboxes have that little, not in their mailbox, but underneath it they have like that little newspaper rack. Put it in there. You get creative with this stuff. So if you're starting out, get something like this. Go do it, 5 rounds by yourself. When you're at a job, have your helper. When you're rolling up the hoses, go run and hand 20, 30 of them. And then, when you got more money than time, consider something like EDDM. So that's just my story. When I was part-time, I didn't have time, or I didn't have money. I didn't want to invest money when I could use my time, So that's how I did it. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna take care. Thanks for subscribing and liking, guys. I appreciate all the support. I really do. And I also appreciate some of the compliments. People are commenting. I appreciate that. Some people hate, but that's all right. You haven't made it unless you're hated. So I just appreciate all the support I get. And then all the 65% of you watching that don't subscribe, keep on watching. But yeah, check out that Facebook group too, guys. Take care.